Morning, namaste. Welcome to the Dharma Yoga practice. It's about 90 minutes long. Please practice according to your abilities and your experience, your comfort level. If you are familiar with the variations, I invite you to go ahead and explore them. Otherwise, please respect your limitations. And remember that the practice is an offering. How you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So please practice in a way that is mindful of how to deliver the best experience possible for all beings. So on that note, let's begin. Close the eyes. We'll begin by sitting tall and supreme. At the moment of creation, God became part of all beings everywhere. Attune your mind to that supreme divine essence that is within. And that is everywhere. That is you too. And begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Your thoughts in God alone. And in God will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Shivaya. I bow to you in the light. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So let's start off by stimulating all the chakras that reside along the central psychic channel. We're going to start at the base of the spine and concentrate on the color that's associated with that chakra, and we're going to chant the C mantra that's associated with that one too. So as you're doing this, imagine you're stimulating those chakras, imagine you open them up as well. They're like gates for the energy to pass through. It's said that in order to get that energy to pass up, to be able to release, we need to be in strong, strict adherence to the ethical rules. That is the main purifier, ahimsa, first and foremost. And then from there, we just keep going up and up and up. And it's said that when that energy reaches the crown, it can trigger divine bliss. So we're always trying to make that happen. So starting at the base of spine, just allow the mantra to just ride the breath. So we just keep on repeating it and feel the vibrations associated with each and every one of them. So start at the base of spine, Muladhara. The color is red. Sound is lam. Do it with me. Lam 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 lam. Next, go up to the next one at the sacral region, Svadhisthana. The color is orange. Sound vam. Inhale. Vam 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 bum, bum. Try to make the transition between each sound fluid as possible. No jumps, no discontinuities. The next one, at the navel. Manipura, the color is yellow. The sound ram. Inhale. Ram, 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 ram. Rum 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 rum. Try to visualize that chakra opening up and the energy to allow the energy to pass through again. So the next one, the heart, anahata, the color is green. Sound yum. Yum 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 yum. Let's go to the base of the throat. Vishuddha, the color is blue. The sound is hum. Inhale. Hum, 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 hum. Go now to the third eye region, the space, the center of the forebrow, the space between the eyebrows. The sound is Om. The color is indigo. Anya here. Inhale. Om, 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 finally, the crown. Sahasrara, the color is violet. The sound is Om again, but it's a sustained Om. So we just allow the sound to just ride the breath until we run out of breath. Imagine you're trying to make the sound reach the ends of the universe and all beings feeling it through you. Inhale. At the crown, color violet. Om. once again, the attention at the crown, the color violet. Inhale. Feels all the vibrations are continuing to do the work even though the sound has disappeared. Just take note now of the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Have no judgment as to what you observe, no concern as to what is entering in the mind and at what speed. Just be the witness watching it all. Have no expectations and let go of all attachment to the result. Through the practice, we continue to offer up the fruits of the practice to make it even better than meditation. Imagine that you're sharing all these benefits to all beings, and you would trying to see God in all the forms, because God is in fact forming part of every being equally. So just try to tap into that divinity in each and every form, and let's celebrate the magnificence and the beauty of how God manifests in each and every being. So let's begin. Come to standing. So we'll start by charging up the body with the earth's energy. So now, let's charge up the body with the earth's energy. Stand your feet about 10 inches apart. Bring your arms above the head, palms facing in. From the soles of feet, inhale the earth's energy right up through the body to the fingertips. 2, 3, 4. Watch the energy rise right up. 6, 7, 8. Holding it all at the fingertips. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all back down through the body. 2, 3, 4. Feel the charge rushing into every part. 6, 7, 8. Inhale again. Pull your energy right up from the floor, right to the ground, all the way up the body. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding all the fingertips. Hold it at the fingertips. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale again. Flush the whole body with this energy as the breath moves down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. Inhale. Pull the earth's energy right up to the body. Use your attention to attract it right up to the fingertips. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all at the fingertips. Hold the breath. Exhale all the way back down. Feel fully charged as it surges through the body to all the muscles everywhere throughout the limbs. 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your arms down. And we'll continue with some warm-ups to prepare the body for the practice. Start with your feet, or keep your feet about 10 inches apart. Swing from side to side. Try to see all the way around you. Feel as though the arms are like heavy ropes slapping against the body. And then start to move faster and faster still until you feel all of the joints in the shoulders moving, the head's flying in all the directions, the arms completely dead, and then start to slow it down. Now bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, press them underneath the chin, bring the forearms and the elbows together. Inhale, push the chin into the chin, raise the head all the way up and back. Exhale, pull the elbows back in towards the body, elbows come together, chin comes towards the chest. Inhale again, press the head all the way back, open up the throat, the back of the head touches the back of the body between the shoulder blades and back down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, pull the elbows back in. Feel the upper back widening. Inhale, feel the movement of the shoulder blades, the wings of the heart. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale. Push head all the way back. Try not to jam up the back of the neck. Exhale, come back down. And one more. Inhale, press all the way up and back. Bring head all the way back. Exhale, come back. And then release. Good. Now from here, take the right hand to the head, the right hand to the left side of the head, and pull the head down towards the right shoulder. Drop the right shoulder. Feel a stretch even that continues all the way down the left side of the body. And then bring it back up. Other hand. Left arm comes up. Take it to the right side of the head and pull the head down towards the shoulder again. Press the left shoulder. And you start to feel the stretch originating from the foot all the way up through the side body. And then come it back. Release. Right arm swings backwards. Make as though you're winding up this low ball. If you can, move the arm faster. You can always turn your body with the arm and support with your left hand if you need to. Now go forward. Feel as though you're holding a weight of 5 pounds in the hand to make the arm swing more easily. And now the left arm goes back. And then go forward. Always be mindful of the condition of the body. And then release. Now bring your arms up over the head. Take hold of the opposite elbows, bend to the left, bounce. Each bounce takes you a little bit deeper into the stretch. And then come back, go to the other side. Try not to create folds in the underside of the body, the right side in this case. Come up, all the movement in the side direction. Try not to hunch forward. And go to the other side. Push the hips all the way towards the left and the rib cage as well. And then come back up to the center. And then from here, make little circles over the head. Starting off with the head, neck, and shoulders mostly moving. But then gradually, the circles get larger. You're starting to feel it all the way up the torso. And if you feel apt to do so, you can turn the whole trunk now. Hinge at the hips, send the body down. The forearms brushing across the feet. Make like a windmill, tracing large circles in front of the body, and then come back up, and then circle in the opposite direction. Start again with little circles over the head, neck, and shoulders. Gradually getting larger. The waist, starting to feel in the waist, the upper back, and the chest coming into the movement. And again, you can stay with this, or if you feel comfortable, trace large circles in front of the body again, so the whole torso down. Hinge at the hips. And come all the way back up. And then release the arms. Shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly. Like you have no control over the hands, moving all by themselves. And up and down, flap them like the wings of a hummingbird, so fast you can't even see them moving. Try to shake all the water off the hands, as though you washed your hands and drying them. Now, bring your arms out to the side, swing the right leg back and forth. You can place your left hand on the wall if you need to for the balance. Try to get your knee right to the shoulder. Throw the leg back. Imagine you're trying to touch the toes to the back of the head. And then the other leg now. Lean a little bit forward so you can get the knee closer to the shoulder, even touching the shoulder. Eventually maybe the shin touching the forehead. Whoops. And then release. So bring the feet together now. And then inhale. 6 counts come up. Inhale. 2, 3. Lift up the heels. Bring the palms up. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, and down slowly, 2, 3. Inhale, feel the arms folding up by themselves. Lift up, 2, 3, push into with your toes. Exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. All the movements done with as much control as possible. Inhale. 3, be the witness, watch your body move all by itself. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. All the movements graceful, no jerky movements. Inhale, 2, 3. And rise up, 2, 3. Hold the position here. Interlace the fingers, press the heels, palms up. As though you're trying to push them right through the roof. And then exhale, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Bring the chin back down onto the chest in a gesture of humbleness. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Do the practice as though it were your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. Just do it because it must be done for the benefit of all. So now let's continue with Surya Namaskara. Come to the front of the mat. Hands to the heart. Let's imagine we're all together physically moving as one, like a school of fish. And stay in a collective mind of offering. Raise your arms up over the head, arch the back. Fold forward, bend your knees if you need to. Bring hands flat on the ground, the chest on the thighs. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank. Knees down, the seat's all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward, tug at the floor with the arms like you're trying to pull the floor towards you. This will propel yourself forward with more power. Take the seat back 2 more times. Brush your nose to the ground as you come forward. Pull the elbows in towards the sides of the body. Lift the head. Bring it all the way back over the seat. 1 more time. Take the seats back behind the heels and glide forward smoothly. Uncoil like a serpent. And then back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat, allow the head to come down. If you can touch your forehead to the ground. And then the right foot steps forward. If it's difficult, you can lower the back knee down. You can also use the right hand to assist the foot forward if it doesn't come forward all the way. Push your seat all the way forward and up towards the front heel. And then the feet come together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right to stand, reach up over the head. Come back home, hands to the heart. Don't worry about the breath. Just breathe naturally, move the body. The breath will follow and deliver more power and ease to the movements. Uttanasana, left foot back. Into the plank. Lower down, knees, and then the seat all the way back. Glide forward again. Remember, blessed are those who can imitate the form physically. Imagine having a balanced range of motion like the serpent. Take the seat back again. Come forward twice. Blessed those who can imitate the form mentally and physically. Regal and wise like the serpent. Take the seat back 1 more time. 3 times. Blessed those who can imitate the form physically, mentally, and spiritually. Tap into again all the divine qualities and virtues of what you're representing. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Drop down to the seats. Feet together, bow down as though in humbleness. Come all the way up to standing. Engage the buttocks to support you as you lean back. Engage the upper back muscles as well. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back. Fold the body down in half. Right foot back. Anjalyasana. Into the plank. This time, Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down. As you come forward, when the hips come to your hands, lift the hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, you can strike the forehead to the ground if you have the flexibility. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Try to land the foot quietly. No big, heavy thumps. No heavy footfalls. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Hands back to heart. Remember the practice is an offering. You're honoring the guru within who's watching everything. Reach up and back. Make the practice worthy of the guru's attention. Uttanasana. Left foot back. Into plank. When the guru senses the devotion and the enthusiasm of the students, then we're apt to share the knowledge with them. Into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana with the hips and knees away from the ground. Look like a dog howling at the moon here. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana like a dog stretching its back and demonstrating the loyalty of the dog to its master. With the head down. Left foot steps forward. Feet together. Bow down as though in humbleness. Come right up to standing. Come back home. tap into consciousness of every movement. Every movement reflects surrender to divine grace, humbleness, and devotion. The right foot back. This time keep the back knee lifted, keep the back leg charged into the high plank. You can do Ashtanga Namaskar again, knees, chest, forehead to the ground, or bring your seats back without touching your knees to the ground or the hips. Pull the elbows inside the body, right into upward facing dog from here. Push your chest forward, and then lift the head. Point the nose up, look like again a dog howling at the moon. Pulse a little bit, imagine trying to fold the body in half, but without making a big fold across the lower back and the back of the neck. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Push into your hands. Here, opening up the shoulders, try to get your head way below the arms. Bring the belly towards the thighs and chest towards the ground. Look like a dog stretching its back, and again, demonstrate the loyalty of the dog to its master. No bends in the elbows. Now raise our right leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, and step the foot between the hands softly. Keep the back leg charged, back knee stays lifted. Into Uttanasana, right away. Fold the body down in half, come right up to standing, and back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back again, fold forward. Head close to the feet, left foot back, keep the back knee lifted, into the plank. Again, your entry into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Knees, chest, forehead to the ground. If you can, try to do it without touching your legs to the ground in between. Good, again. Push into the hands, telescope your chest upwards so that you're not crunching the lower back or the back of the neck. Drop your shoulders down. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sink the heart right down, melt in every sense, physically and emotionally and spiritually. Good. Eventually you might be able to get your nose and even your chin down to the ground. Now raise the left leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the foot between hands very softly. Shoulders over the fingertips. Back knee stays lifted. And vault the foot forward to the front, Uttanasana. Come up to standing, reach up over the head. Back home, hands to the heart. Adding on now. Keep on being the witness, watch along, move all by itself. Come forward, bend your knees, belly on your thighs. Hands come over the shoulders, maybe beyond the head. The head comes down. Now, the right foot goes back. Drop the knee down, swing your arms up, try not to touch the ground in between. Kapyasana. Pull your arms all the way back behind your ears. Good. Then come back down into the high plank. Again, you can do whichever entry you like into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Try to connect the legs seamlessly together like you're doing divine dance and devotion. The right leg up, step the foot between the hands, back knee down, right into Kapyasana again. Reach arms all the way back, fingertips over the toes eventually. And then hinge the hips, hinge the body down onto front leg. Left foot comes in to meet the right, Uttanasana. The head comes down, the hands come up. Come right up to standing, arms over the head. Come back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back again. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down in half. Bend your knees, belly on your thighs, the head towards the feet, the hands over the shoulders. The left foot back, back knee down. Swing right up into Kapyasana. Imagine you have no bones in your arms. This is like a monkey. Swing from limb to limb. Come into high plank. And then from here, right through into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot goes up and back, and then step the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Again, come all the way up, stretch all the way through the front of the body. And then break the pose. Belly on your thighs, swing your hands behind the back, the feet come together. Uttanasana. Push your body into your legs, try to get your seat over your heels with your flexible legs straight. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. No matter if you can't attain it to the full expression of the pose, just do your best. Raise your arms up. Fold the body down. Uttanasana. Seat comes up, right over the heels if you can. And then from here, left foot goes back, right into Kapyasana. And then right back down. From here into high plank, bring the seat back. Come right through, elbows into sides, body pushing with your toes, upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Imagine your shape shifter moving to the forms effortlessly. Left leg comes up and step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, right into Kapyasana again. Reach up and back. Come forward, belly on your thighs. So your hands behind the back and then join the feet together. Bow down with slow and deep humility. Come right to standing. Reach up over the head, arch back. And come back home. Hands to the heart. Raise your arms up. Fold the body down. From here, press into your hands. Jump or walk back into Chaturanga. Through to upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Good. From here, lift the heels, bend the knees. Bring the feet forward, hopping and walking, pull the body against the legs. Come all the way up to standing. And right back down. Hinge at the hips, hand comes close to the feet, press into your hands, hold your breath. Right back into Chaturanga, through to upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Get all movement smooth. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Hold your breath, bring your feet forward. Your feet don't have to leave the ground very much. Just have to hover above the ground as you're coming forward. And then right back down. Press into your hands, lift your feet. Right into Chaturanga. Try not to land a big heavy thump. Try to land in straight line from head to the heels. All the way back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your heels. Bring the feet to the hands. Pull the body to your legs. Come right up to standing. One more time. Come right down. Press into your hands. And right into Chaturanga. Through to upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the heels, bend your knees. Bring your feet together. Uttanasana. Right, steady. Reach your arms over the head. Come back home. So stay for a moment. Take pause from the heart. Inhale the love from the heart up to the ground. Hold the breath. Imagine all the love circulating out to all beings everywhere, just like the sun that shines down on everything equally. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all beings everywhere. And release. Let's continue with some balanced poses. So we're going to start off. Bring the left foot. Bring the right foot up in Vrikshasana, the tree pose. You can either have your foot against the thigh somewhere, just not along the inside of the knee, either above or below, or you can keep your foot on the ground, the toes on the ground if you're having trouble balancing. If you have lotus, bring your right knee up to the shoulder. Try to get your outside edge of the foot at the top of the leg. Point the knee down. You can hold the foot with your left hand and bring the right hand around to hold the elbow, or lean forward. Take your left hand and guide the right hand to the foot. So you're holding the foot from behind. If you're doing this pose, your left hand comes to Yana Mudra. If you're in the other variations, you can perhaps take your arms up. Be stately and majestic like a tree, but be ready to bend when the wind comes along so you don't snap. Good. Now from here, release the leg, bring the knee up all the way as high as you can, and press it against the left leg. Turn to your left, point the toes. You might be able to hook the foot around the back of the leg. If it doesn't hook, don't worry about it. Leave it like that. Left arm over the right. Press the elbows in front of the shoulders and come down. Try not to lean forward too much. Just be like an eagle, just contemplating where to fly next. Press into your foot. One more here. Take the right foot back if you can without touching your foot to the ground. Open up your arms like the wings of an angel. Push your chest forward, bring your head back. Open yourself up as though you're saying, I'm yours to render divine service. Break the pose. Bring the right foot back down. For that pose, if that was too difficult to keep your balance, just bring your toes to the ground. Again, do your best, no judgment as to what you're able to achieve or not achieve. Now again, tree pose. With your right foot, spread your toes so that they're like the roots of a tree. Your foot comes to the inside of the leg, or again, your lotus if you like. And if you want. Again, you can take your bind with your left hand from behind. Use the right hand if you need to assist your hand to the foot. You point the knee down, your right hand comes to Yama Mudra and from the heart. Otherwise, you can bring your arms over the head. Stand tall, as though you're trying to absorb more of the light from the sun. You can look up if you like. Find a balance. Wherever you are is perfect if you're offering it up. Then from here, release the foot, bring it up very high so that when it comes across the thigh, it comes up higher. So this helps you to bind a little bit more easily. Point the toe, turn towards the right, and see if you can press your toes against the back of the right leg. So now your right arm over the left. Intertwine the forearms, elbows in front of the shoulders, and then sink down a little bit more. Try not to lean forward too much. Press into your right foot into angel. Allow the left foot to fly back a little bit. Arch your back. Bring your chest forward. Open up your arms so you try to touch your hands behind the back. And then lift the head. Look up. All the way up. Oops. And then break the pose. Bring the left foot down. Let's continue now. Come to the back of the mat. Arms out to the side like the wings of an eagle. Bring the left foot forward now. You're taking flight like the eagle. Raise the right leg up as high as you can. The head above the height of the knee. Push your chest forward a little bit so that you can arch the back. Find a beautiful curve in the spine. Now bring the hands down. The left foot comes to the foot, index finger along the outside of the heel. The right leg comes up higher, as high as you can. And then you bring the right hand closer and closer. Maybe you can even get your hand on the foot. Hold your breath. Both index fingers on either side of the heel. Okay, so you try to move forward. Your hip has to be in line with your heel. You gaze beyond your toes. Now bring the hands down to the ground. From here, the wrist just in front of the toe on either side of the toes, almost the same line. Lift the left heel up and press it back down. So you can stay here, push into the ground firmly with your hands. If you like, you can even float your left foot up off the ground. Hold your breath. Imagine you being lifted up by the hips. Take a few floats here. If you want, you can bring your left foot up. Those who have a handstand practice, go ahead. And then come back down. So, come back up, and then walk back to the back of the mat. Try it on the other side now. Right foot forward, arms out to the side, hinge at the hips, come forward, your belly on your thighs, your right thigh, and bring your left leg up. So you can arch your back a little bit. Bring your head forward, squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Remember to point the toes, make it look pretty. Bring the hands down to the ground. The right hand comes to the ankle, to the foot. The index finger just along the outside of the heel. Try to bend your right knee if you need to bring your belly on your thigh. And so you can slide your right hand closer and closer. Stay on your fingertips. Try to get your hip right over your heel. Hold your breath. So you can get your left hand on the foot as well, on the inside. Index finger along the inside of the heel. Now bring hands down. From here again, if you like, press the heel up and down, push into your toes, really push into the ground with your hands. Imagine you're squeezing newspapers underneath your arms. So you have to roll the arm bones in. And again, if you like, press with your toes, your left foot up. Of the left foot that's up, press into your hands. So you can get your right hip foot off the ground. And if you want, bring the right foot up. All the way up to meet the other one if you have a handstand practice. trying. And break the pose. Come back down. So you always have to go to the edge of your potential. If you never try anything, in 20 years you'll still be in the same place. Alright, try on this side. I'm going to go to this side so you can see. Your left foot steps forward, left hand comes down. In front of the foot, at least 14 or 16 inches, not too close, otherwise you may lose your balance and you might not open the hip all the way. Open up to the right arm up. Ardha Chandrasana. The hip over the shoulder here. Make sure even the fingers are active, so sometimes this happens, the fingers are just like spaghetti. Charge them up. Now bend your left knee, sink more weight into your left foot, bring your right foot in. If you can, take hold of the ankle and push the foot again away from the body. All the way up. Open up to the right again. Now if you want to keep going, you can look forward. Hold your breath. Again, the left heel over the hip, over the heel. So you can take your hand to the heart. Those you can, have the flexibility, take hold of the foot, bring the foot close to your seat first. And then push the foot up again. Break the pose. Right foot comes back down. Wherever you are is perfect if you're trying your best. Don't worry about the results. Remove all expectation, remove all attachments to results. Now the right foot steps forward. Right hand comes down, stay on the fingertips, and then raise the left leg up. Open up to your left. Try to get your leg as high as you can. The shoulders in line with one of the hips, one over top of the other as well. Remember the fingers and the toes, point the toes, press the fingers together. No, so as not to dissipate any energy. Now from here, bend your right knee, sink more weight into your right foot, take your heel close to your seat and the leg that's raised. Then take hold of the ankle if you can and push the foot away from your body again. Open up, it should feel like bow pose. Push your left shoulder back. And you can stay here, or if you want to take the binds or go to the next progression, look forward, hold the breath, take your hand to the heart. If you want, pull the heel in towards the seat, take the right hand to the foot, the ankle, and push the foot up with both hands. Break the pose. Come back up. Now, charge the body. Fingers facing forward, palms facing forward. Inhale, bring in everything. Imagine all the benefits coming in from the limbs, the arms up the spine to the crown on the inhale. Exhale, flood the body with all that goodness. Good, now we're going to continue standing in the middle of the mat. So you're going to go to your left first. The fingers in line with your elbows, the height of the shoulders. You can jump or walk your feet apart. Turn to your left. Turn your left foot forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Try to open up as much as you can if you have the flexibility. Lean a little bit further forward. Try to get your knee over the toes. The back knee is just inches away from the ground. Look like the warrior, always ready to serve the people. Look over the front hand. Now bring the right hand up to meet the left. Allow the head to go back. If you can't turn your hip all the way, you can lift your back heel if you need to. So you can turn your square off your hips to the front. If you're having trouble, even here, you can roll your knee down. Okay, so wherever you're at, you can do according to your abilities. Now back to Virabhadrasana 2, right into Paschimottanasana. Left hand, if your hips are low enough to the ground, the right arm over the head. Straight line from the foot to the hand. Make sure this is not happening, so you're not dropping your arm onto your body, onto your head. Keep a line straight from the foot to the hand. If you're not as flexible, you can take your left forearm onto your left thigh. Again, make sure your hip is not jutting out. Sink it in a little bit. Push the right shoulder back. If you want, you can take the right hand behind your back, hand to your thigh, roll the thigh outwards. If you can go even lower, left shoulder goes just below the line of the knee. Left arm, so the left arm can go underneath the leg, right arm goes over the behind the back. Pull on the hand, pull the right shoulder back. Make sure you're not dropping your shoulder forward and hunching. Now from here, looking forward, bring the back knee down. Kapyasana, your knee over the front toes if you can. If you need to, you can keep your hands on the knees, lean away from the leg. Sink the hip all the way forward. If you can bring your arms up, either holding opposite elbows and just resting your head in your arms, or hands in Kali-mudra, rock your shoulders back, pull your arms back. So again, think of the monkey that has seemingly no bones in their arms. Try to get your arms behind the ears. Lift your chest up all the way. You're flexible, you can maybe fold your hands down, your hands come underneath the head. And then keep your hips forward. You might be able to bring a foot up, and then the foot might find its head more easily. All these little tricks. If you have another variation, you can go ahead, turn to the right. The right foot can come against the arm if you can't take the bind completely yet, or lean towards the foot, the fingers come close to the ear. You hook the hand, lock the fingers together, lift the wrist, push it away, and then you can take your head to the other side, your arms to the other side of the head. Push your foot away from your body now, your shoulder. Break the pose, bring the right foot back down if you have it. In a bind, move your left foot to the edge of the mat, lift the back knee, and then push the right foot further back. Make sure the heel is down on the left foot. Then lower the knee. If your hips are low enough, fall to the right so you get your right forearm on the ground. If your hips are low enough, then roll to your left. Push your chest all the way forward. If you're flexible and your hips are on the ground, try to get your pelvis, your belly, and your chest down. Your shoulder on your left foot. Your arm can go to the outside of the foot. Make sure this is not happening. Your knee falling away from your shoulder, or this type of thing is happening. Your foot far away from your body. Keep your shin vertical in the same line, knee over the heel. Keep reaching forward. Those who want to flat on the ground, left arm can go over the foot, around the outside, underneath the leg. Join your hands over your back. Try to get your back lower than the knee in any case. Merge with the form, be still like the lizard, just sunning itself on a warm earth. Now come back onto the hands. Good from here. Ardha Hanumanasana. Bring the right foot in a little bit towards the left. Lift the toes up on the left foot. And then see if you can drop or bring your belly onto your thigh. Imagine you try to get your chest past the knee. Melt. Your attention is like a magnet. It brings all the prana to wherever your attention is, like a magnet. Attract all the prana to those areas where you want to find release. If this is very easy for you, you can lift your head, bend the toes under, make sure the foot's in line with the knee. Hinge your hips forward. You send your seats forward like you're doing Anjali Asana, and start to push the left heel forward. Walk your hands back so they're in line with your hips. Your shoulders can go over your hips. Okay, and then make sure your mindfulness, don't overstretch, don't go to a place of pain or suffering. Think about, again, what you're offering, what you're transmitting. If you're all the way down, you can do your variations as you know them. This pose is an expression of faith. Anything is possible. Think of that leap that Hanuman took over the whole island of Sri Lanka. Anything is possible. Here's the ethical rules and constant practice. Now break the pose, bring your hands back down, press into your fingertips, lean forward, and drag your left foot back. Right close so that when you come up, your legs are like a box. Bend it towards under and back foot. Lean back a little bit. and you should be able to lift the foot up. If you can't lift the foot up, chances are you've got too much weight on the front foot, you're maybe too far forward. So bring your foot in a little bit, right arm up, go to your left. Try to get your armpit to sit outside the knee. Your right shoulder stays at your left outside knee. Left hand pushes into your right, and you keep pushing your left hand down to right until the body comes up, belly higher than the thighs, and then chest to your thumbs, behind your thumbs. Roll the left shoulder all the way back, the hip back, the head forward. If you can, if you're flexible, push your seat back, use your left hand to guide the right hand underneath the leg. Left hand can go over the back, join your hands together underneath your belly, and see if you can take your back foot up off the ground, your back knee. Push through the back heel, turn your left shoulder all the way back, turn the face and chest up. If your knee is up, make sure you're not sagging. Keep your back leg engaged, straight from the heel all the way to the ground. If you want to try a little bit of balance, you can move your right foot forward. You're bouncing on your left foot, not the right foot. Okay, so now, see if you can bring the right foot up. If it's too much, you can just go right into Ardha Chandrasana. Bring the right hand on just on the inside of the left foot. Your right leg comes up about the height of the hip, and you turn to your left, just like this. You can even do it underneath. You always have a way to modify the poses so you find some extent of it. Make it the best offering you can. Okay, no attachment to the results again. So again, play one more time. Try to get your hip right over the foot if you're doing a bound version. Look beyond your toes. Now break the pose. Move all the way around your feet, face going into the mat. Arms out to the side and come all the way up. Go to the right. And into your right knee. And come forward a little bit. Oops, come past now. Okay, so lean forward a little bit. Like the determined warrior, always ready again to serve. Left arm up comes up to meet the right. Virabhadrasana 1. Show the devotion here. Good. Now from here, back into Virabhadrasana 2, into side angle. Your left arm goes over your head. Pull the left shoulder back. You can stay here with your forearm on your leg, and your left hand can come around the back onto the thigh, or if you're more flexible, your right hand comes to the ground. You can stay in your extended version, or take your bind. Your right shoulder dips down just below on the knee, the right arm goes underneath the leg, your left arm goes behind the back. If you have the bind, pull on the wrist. Try to get your left arm straight. It's like it should feel like you're sitting on your arm. Push the left shoulder back. Break the pose, turn forward, back and down, sink your seat forward. Kabyasana. Toes get the body out of the hips. Push your chest up, lean away from the leg. If you have the full expression of the pose, go ahead, rock your shoulders back and forth. Lift the chest up away from the seat so you don't make a big fold across the lower back. Think of the spine as a hose. If you fold it sharply, you break the flow of water. Same way you don't want to break the flow of energy. You can try your variations as you know them. You can either take if you have the flexibility, bring your hands back behind the head, bring the foot up. Your seat has to be all the way forward so you don't fall out of balance. Or you take your swan or your kuntasana, spear pose, nice one. Just like this. Or lock your fingers together, turn your wrist away, your fingertips close to ears so your hands find one another more easily. Then you can push your foot away. Think of a swan's neck. There's no big Sharp angles in the neck, all smooth lines. Break the pose, bring the left foot down if it feels up. Turn to the front, move the right foot to the edge of the mat. And then scoot back and forth a few times. Try to imagine your hips are made of lead, very, very heavy. And then push the right heel, left heel back one more time, lower the knee. If your hips are low enough, drop onto your left forearm, fall into your left, and then roll back to the right. Imagine you're gliding into your cobra. So you're leading with the heart, and then maybe your back won't touch the ground as much, you'll flatten out. If your hips are very high from the ground, you can just stay on your hands, but then drop down through the hips like you're doing cobra. Same action. Your hips are like the anchor in this pose. The rest of the body, when the hips are down, will follow. And if you want to take a bind, go ahead. The right arm goes over your foot from the outside underneath the knee, and then over your back, your left, and then catches the left hand at the wrist. Break the pose, come back up. Push your seat back over the back knee, lift the toes, and rest your body on your side. The weight of the body might help to release the muscles a bit on the back and the hamstrings. Or whatever opportunity you have to come into stillness, bring the mind into quietness as well. And soon you'll be able to meditate in all the forms, because you're merging with all the forms. Lift the head. If this is too easy for you, you can bend the toes under the back foot, hinge your seat forward, and slide your right foot forward. Make sure your right hip is not going way forward to the other one. Still keep them even. You have to keep pushing through the back foot as well. And just pulse here, mindfully again. No jerky movements, no aggressive, hard movements. And if you're all the way down, take your variations. The highest form of meditation is when we become the object of our meditation, and we find the divine within and emerge with the divine. We find the divine union. Break the pose. Lean forward, press into your fingertips, bend the toes under back foot so you can drive the right foot back. Close to the, closer in, lean back and see if you can lift your right foot up off the ground. So your legs should be like a box. Do this angle so you can see. Left arm up, go to the right. You try to get your armpit right on the outside of the knee. This is what helps you to take the bind if you want to take the bind. But if you can't, if that's inaccessible right now, your hands start at the shoulders and you have to push the right hand down to your left. So see how my belly comes higher? This side of the chest comes behind your thumbs. And then roll the right shoulder all the way back. Keep pushing against the outside of the knee with the back of the left arm. If you want to take the bind, push your seat back. This is why you want to have the arm on the knee. You move your elbow in a little bit towards the root of the body, and then push your seat back so you can have more room for the arm to go underneath. If you lift your back knee up off the ground without losing your balance, you have more space to get your arm underneath the leg, and then the right arm over your back. So try the different tricks. Eventually find some that work for you so you can go into the poses efficiently, and in all the poses, spend more time holding a pose and finding the quietness. Break the pose, bring hands back. So I'm going to walk back, my hands in the middle here. A Prasarita Padottanasana. Take hold of the ankles. If you can even step on your fingers with the outsides of the feet. Lift the head and then pull the body right in between your legs. If you're more flexible, try to get your head a little bit further in. Eventually your chest can go behind your legs.
The back pedal lies your heels. Lift the shoulders. Roll the thighs outward, roll the shins inwards. Don't worry if you can't touch your head to the ground. Just do your best. Those of you, however, who have the head on the ground and want to come up into Shirshasana, go ahead. So your hands come back in tripod with your fingertips not at your heels, your head and your hands form a triangle. Press into your heads, hold the breath, and straddle your legs all the way up if you can. Okay, so if you can't do that, from that entry, you move your feet behind your wrists, and then make sure your seat is over the shoulders. Press just underneath the knees against the elbows, and pull your toes away from the ground if you can. Eventually, your feet can come up higher, right close to the seat, and then you can start coming up higher as you see fit. Maybe the knees hover over the elbows for the time being, or you can split your legs, one foot in front, one foot in back. Easiest way to find balance. Okay, so wherever you are, hold it for another 10 seconds or so. To make your way down, come back the same way as you entered. If you split your legs, if you straddled up, as your feet come closer to the ground, hold your breath, engage your core, so let your feet land in the same place as they started from. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. From here, heel toe your feet in a little bit more. Your toes beyond into the mat, your heels on the inside of the mat. Easy Trikonasana, hands on your seat. Bend your knees, push your knees all the way forward over your toes. And then here you can stay with your hands on the seat, push into the seat, pull down, or you can slide your hands one at a time down. Just underneath your knees, push your heels, your palms into the, just underneath the knees, and then straighten your legs. Push your hips forward and up. Keep rolling the thighs outward, roll the shins inwards. If you're more flexible, you can walk your hands all the way down, step on your fingers with your heels. Or if your head's close to the ground, you know how to get to Urdhva Dhanurasana, you go ahead. The right hand goes over the head and then followed by the left. If you want Urdhva Dhanurasana, make sure you can come back. So the right hand comes back over your head to the back of the leg close to the knee, and then the other hand follows. You have to hold your breath, really push your way into your feet. The rest of us come up the same way. Walk your hands up the backs of the legs until you land on the seat. Push into your seat, pull down, and come all the way up. Good. Now from here, jump your feet together, Tadasana. Mountain consciousness, steady, grand, unshakable, and unmovable. And be as such with regards to your practice. Always unshakable in your devotion to serving others. Now move to the back of the mat, turn to face the short end of the mat. Either fall into plank, or you can just make your way down gently if you need to on your knees and crawl your way into your plank. If you're doing it from standing, you have to look in front a little bit, bring your hands forward, and hold your breath. Make sure you don't have your wrist issues if you're doing this pose. Let's do Vasisthasana. On the left hand first, move the left hand towards the right, spin on your feet, turn to the right. Arms in one line, foot to head, one line. If you want, you can stack your feet on top of one another. You can raise the right leg up if you like. If it's too much and your hips, and you're dropping into your shoulder, your hips are sagging, just lower your left knee down. You do it from here. Now, return either to table or to plank, go on the other hand. Go to your left. Now again, you can lift your left leg up if you like, or do the modifications that you need to. Break the pose, come back to plank. From here, lower the right knee down. The foot goes out to your left, and bring your left knee right in behind your right. The foot swings out to the right.
And sit between your heels. If this is too much, you can't get your both sides of your seat on the ground, just sit on your heels with your knees together like so. Sukha Gomukhasana. If you're sitting between your heels, make sure your knees are directly in line, one over the other. The right arm comes up, take hold of the elbow with the left hand, pull it up higher and push it back behind the head. It should be right behind the center of the head, the back of the head anchored in place. And you can either stay here, pushing the back of the heart with your fingertips. If you have the mobility, the left arm can come down the back, down and then up the back. Lock your fingers together, lean back. Look up. Tug on the hands, they come close down the back more. Try to have your elbows in the same line with your left elbow in, right underneath the right. The head centered in between. Now from here, tuck the chin in, release the arm. From here, walk back out, come back into plank, and then do the other side. Left knee comes down, swing the foot out to the right knee comes in behind it. Foot goes to your left. And then come sit between your heels, or again, you can stay in sitting on your heels. Okay, and then the left arm up. Take the elbow with the right hand, push it up high, and then push it all the way back. The hand comes further down between your shoulder blades, and if you can, you take the blind with the right hand. Lock the fingers together, make sure your eyes are not popping out of the head. This might be an indication that you're straining. Don't go to the place of pain or suffering or anxiety or distress again. Shoulders down away from the ears, elbows in line with one another. Break the pose. So now, one more round of Vasisthasana. If you know other variations, you can go ahead. So, let me bring that back a little bit. Okay, so for this one, I like to start my hips up higher, like in downward facing dog. Turn, go on the left hand first, go to the side, and keep going. Slide the right foot back, and lie just alongside the left knee. To turn on the foot. The foot should not, it should be no more than 30 to 45 degrees. Toes in the same line as the leg. Anchor down to the inside edge of the leg. Push your hips all the way up. Your left hand is behind from the shoulder, so just a reminder to keep your left arm straight. And then see if you can take your foot up off the ground. If you can catch the knee. Those of you who can take the foot. Break the pose. Just watch your body moving to the pose. You have to imagine yourself in practice. You're trying to attain as motivation to try to go there. So just keep visualizing yourself. With constant practice, again, you will arrive eventually. On the other hand now, move the right hand towards the left, spin on your feet, keep your hips high, your right arm fully extended, and keep sliding your left toes back. Turn on your right foot, so again, the toes are not turned too much. 40, 35 degrees at the most. Toes in line with the rest of the leg. Push your seat all the way up. And then just try to get your knee over your heel almost, but keep your right leg straight. And see if you can take the right foot up, the left foot up off the ground. So if you're sagging down, your knees are bent, it's going to be very hard to take your foot up because you have too much weight. So that's why you have to push your hips all the way up and forward. Then take the knee, maybe take the foot. Break the pose, come back into your high plank and then lower the knees down. Come into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out, relax everything. And come back up. Okay, so next pose, king of the poses, headstand. If you know how to go into headstand, you go ahead. You don't have to wait for me. Those who need a little bit more assistance. If you can stand the weight on the head, The easiest way to do this is, and doesn't need very much flexibility.
You take your head down, your hands along the thigh, lift your seat up so that your seat is over the knees. You bring your hands, your fingertips in line with the backs of the knees on the outsides of the mat. So create a large base, not in front, beside your head, in front, behind the knees. Lift your seat up, walk your feet closer and closer, as close as possible. Bring one leg back behind you. Hang the foot very close to your seat behind you. So you're trying to get your foot to the ground. Flex your foot, then push out the base of toes. And see if you can lift the heel, press into your fingertips. Eventually you'll be able to get your foot, keep pushing through the foot that's behind you. And then eventually your feet will come in the same line as your hips. Okay, so you're starting, don't jump, just lift your heel up and see if when your heel's up, you can press into your fingertips and pull the toes away from the ground. That's where it starts, and you keep pushing through the back foot. You can also bring your hands a little bit closer on the inside of the mat. I'd like to still stay my fingertips. Bring your knees just underneath against the elbows and pull your toes away from the ground. Eventually, keep pushing into your fingertips. Your toes might be able to come up towards your seat. You can also do the flat hands if that's too much. Your hands flat on the ground. And again, make sure they're not beside your head. They should be in front. You can see them. The arms should be able to come into a right angle. And those of you who are now in headstands, you can do whatever you like. Try your variations if you like. You can come into lotus if you have a full lotus. All the while you're watching it all. No attachment to the results. No expectations. Try to merge with the divine within. And 1 more minute, you can try different things. You can try to come off with one hand, or even just peeling off one finger at a time to just on the very tip of the fingers if you're a tripod. Try to come on one arm. Just split your legs here. Bring one forearm beside the head. Lean into your wrist. Press through the foot behind you and see if you can get the one arm up off the ground. You need to press, lean a little bit towards the arm that's supporting you.
All right. Now start to make your way down slowly with control. Rest in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. From here, Shalvangasana. So you're going to bring your arms in front in child's pose. Glide right into your cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Sivanasana. Lift the heels. Get ready to jump forward to your hands. Right in front of the mat. Your shoulders back. Over the hips, lift the heels up as high as you can. Fingers are just dangling loosely, hands are dangling from the wrists. Good, imagine you're sliding down a wall. Try to keep your back straight, try not to lean forward too much. Lift your heels up higher as you come down lower. Eventually you're sitting right on the heels, tuck your chin in, you're going to fall right back into plow pose. So when your seat comes down, bring the legs up, catch, bring your hands to your back, come into baby plow pose. Your hands on the back, your seat over the shoulders. Just stay here for a moment. And then bring your hands down behind your back, join them together, the wrists together. Try to get your elbows closer to one another. So you have to pull your arms so that one at a time, so that from the front you can't see the arms anymore. Then place your hands on your back again. If you feel comfortable to do so, raise one leg up, right up towards the ceiling, and then allow the other one to join it. Your toes, your chin, all in the same line. If you have a lotus, do it now.
Bring the feet forward a little bit if you need to. You can use your hands. If you notice, try to get your knees higher up so that they're higher than your hips. But you don't have your knees in a straight line, so you're doing the legs straight version. Chin against the chest, hips forward. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deeper within. Bring all your attention to the center of the forebrow. Try to visualize a lotus flower there. All the details, all the petals, the light shining through the petals, whatever hue you like. Whenever you lose the image, just keep bringing it back. Have no judgment as to why it left your attention. Just keep trying to concentrate. Without losing that image of lotus flower, come into, if you're a lotus, Pindasana. You can bring your thighs against your body. You can take your bind. You can go ahead, wrap your arms around the outside of the legs, join your hands underneath your feet. If you don't have a lotus, plow pose. Bring your feet down behind your head. If your feet come all the way down, you can bring your hands on the ground behind your back. If not, keep them on the back. And you can also lower your thighs down against your body, your knees on either side of the head. So knees are very flexible, maybe let's get your knees right to the ground, or at least on the shoulders. Now you can either stay here, those of you who know some of Dharma's little transitions, you can do them now. You can walk your feet over to your left, for instance, and drop your knees down. Your left knee comes beside your shoulder. Try to get the right knee down. You can either stay there and then go to the other side. Your feet come back. You drop your knees down the outside of the right shoulder. Your left shoulder will come up off the mat. If you can come into camel, you can go ahead. So once your left knee is down on your right knee, you can bring your hand on either side, on the right side of the head. Tuck your chin in and roll your way all the way up. Bring it on the outside of the mat. Come into camel. Lift your chest, bring your head back, and then right away come back down. Since you went to your left first, you bring your left shoulder down from your left knee and wrap it in hair pose. Push into your back of the head, left side of the head, and the shoulder. Come back to plow. Go to the other side. Those who are not familiar with this and didn't understand any of that, just stay in plow pose. Back feet come again to the right. Knees on the outside of the right shoulder, and then come all the way up. Into camel and coil, hands to the feet. If you're doing the camel, chest up, the head back, and right away come back. Your right shoulder in front of the right knee. Tuck your chin in, press into the right shoulder, the back, the right side of the head, and then bring your feet back into plow. So you're all back in plow at this point. From here, hands behind your back, palms down, and slowly lower down. Once your seat comes down on the ground, maybe you land on the wrists, the palms are down. Stop when your legs are halfway and breathe very fast. Now, from here, lift the right side seat, move your hand a little bit further under, and then shift your weight onto your right arm and bring your left hand closer in as well. Your thumb tips together, your index fingers together. From here, lift, push into your forearms, lift your back up off the ground. Push your elbows in a little bit again, behind the heart. Lift the chest, bring the top head down. If it's too much, bring your legs all the way down to the ground. Fish pose. Breathe very fast again through the nose, best you can breath. Now, don't move your head. Bring your feet down, or bring them in so they're in front of your seat, edge of the feet in line with your hips. Take your hands out from underneath, bring your hands on either side of the head, just in front of the head, press into your fingertips, your palms towards you. Lift your seat up, push into your fingertips, bring your head back a little bit further towards your feet, and then turn your hands around. Fingers are now facing towards the feet. You're set up for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Spread the fingers. If you feel comfortable, lift your head up off the ground. If it's too much, you can either keep your head on the ground or come into bridge pose. Back of the head and the shoulders stay on the mat, but your hips are up. Good. Just lift up your heels, stretch your body. Push your chest in front of your arms if you can. Heavy determination. This pose requires lots of determination and stamina. And now, bring your heels down if they're lifted. Come out of the pose from wherever you're at. Lie on the back for a moment. Go to sleep for about 10 seconds. Allow the body to rest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you fainted. Go off all tension. Even here, you offer up the benefits of this relaxation. There's a place for everything in a practice. All has benefits. Arms up over the head, and come to seated position. From here, right into Kurmasana. So you slide your feet beyond the edge of the mat. You slide your arms underneath your legs, lower legs, and take hold of the feet close to your heels. And try to get your shoulders down lower than the knees. Keep on pushing your chest forward. Lead with the hearts. Eventually the top leg comes down to your heels. If your shoulders are lower than the knees, you can go into Kurmasana. Bring your feet in a little bit closer so that when your arms go back, your legs are on the backs of your arms close to the shoulders, not over the elbows. Slide your feet out further, those you can. Bring the belly down, the chest, the chin. If you're in full pose, you can bend, if your elbows are free, bend your arms and join your hands behind over your back. Otherwise, keep holding on to your feet. Work at flattening out the body and lengthening the spine. Inhale, come back up. From here, move your hands inside to the heels. Slide your feet out. And so you can come down in the center. If you're very flexible, you move your feet out further and you can come down. Your belly comes onto the ground perhaps. You reach forward. Roll the thighs inwards a little bit. Point the toes and knees up. You can move your hands in a little bit. You can have your hands on the inside of the shins or thighs, depending on flexibility. Be careful. Don't overstretch. Now bring your hands in. Press into your hands. Lift yourself back up. Bring your feet in. So different version again to Titibhasana. If you have the strength, you bring your legs over your arms, close to the shoulders, hang them over the feet almost at the shoulders. Your hands in front of your seat a little bit, and from here, you really push the backs. You really press the legs against the arms from behind and in front. Roll forward. Lead with your head. Push into your fingertips, and see if you lift your seat right off of the ground. Come into Titibhasana. Yeah, this might not be doable, so might have the hands too close to the knees. It's hard to get up off the ground. So you can also do it from standing. Lift your seat. Bring your shoulders in behind your knees, your hands behind your heels, and then drop your seat down. But keep your head forward. Try not to lower your head lower than the seat. Walk your feet forward and see if you can press into your hands, hold the breath, and lift your legs up. If it's too much, move your feet closer. Try to touch your feet together or hook your feet. Arm squeezing pose. This is easier. You're really squeezing the arms. This reminds you squeeze the legs against the arms so you can come into the pose. Ujjapitasana. Then from here, depending where you are, Those you can jump back and go ahead. Come into Titivasana again. Push into your hands. Oops, I didn't do that very well. Sorry, try that again. A beginner's lift. So from here, press into your arms, into crow, and back. So now lie on your front, forehead on the ground, breathe in, breathe out. Lift your head, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Make your way into cobra. Roll the shoulders back, the feet together. Push your chest all the way forward and up, the head back. You can walk your hands in a little bit, come onto your fingertips. Open up your legs in flexibility, your hands close to your hips. You can see if you can bend your legs. Imagine you're holding socks behind your knees. See if you can bring your toes up and maybe the toes will touch the back of the head. As your toes find the head, you can drop your heels, your palms down. Hold a little bit longer wherever you're at. Break the pose. Lower down, forehead on the hands, breathe in, breathe out. Come back into seated position. Bring your legs out in front. Feet outstretched in front. Left hand to the other side of the right shin. Right hand right down the center of the back against the back. Push your lower back up and in. Turn to the right. You feel the twist starting at the base of the very low in the body, at the hips. Not just the eyes, turn. Keep pushing against the shin. Make sure your heels stay together. One should not be in front of the other. See if you can look over your back shoulder so you can get your chin over the back shoulder. Come back, go to the other side. Push the lower back up and in. Press against the left shin actively with the right hand. Lift up to the chest, turn to your left. Imagine you can see the spine spiraling upwards. Even just a visualization can get you deeper into the poses. Use your imagination to imagine the effect that you're trying to achieve. Break the pose, lie down on your back. So just come down softly, no big heavy crash landings again on the ground. Relax once you're down, allow everything to just melt. Imagine the body went unconscious, so all the muscles instantly feel as though they dissolved. There's no tension left anywhere. Everything becomes soft. All the body becomes heavy. Dead-like. But the best is taking place right now. Imagine that all the benefits are now flooding you from all around. They come even more so as a result of you offering up the efforts. When you act with compassion, the intention of offering, it comes back to you in a very positive way. Be grateful and keep on the path of just offering everything up, coming from a place of love and compassion, and trying to continue to cultivate the compassion each and every day. It exists at all levels. It's not just for the families and friends and pets of yours,
extend it to all beings. Say to yourself the following sentence 3 times to ingrain that idea in your mind and heart. I see God in all beings. When you see divinity in all the forms, it becomes unthinkable, unimaginable to want to do harm to them. So use this as your driving force to treat all beings with respect, with love, with unconditional love and compassion. They're just us in the body. They're just a divine manifestation. Prepare now to come back from Shavasana. Become aware of the body, this beautiful vehicle you've been given to exercise your mission of radiating your love and your peace and your light to all beings. And to share all the experiences, all the wisdom that you gain from the experiences with others to help others break the patterns that cause suffering and pain. Come back to seated position for the closing. Close with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a very happy holiday season, whatever you're celebrating. I wish you the best. Sending much love to all of you, and I hope to see you soon. If you need more Shavasana, of course, feel free to go on. I just can't make it too long here because it disengages people, so go ahead and take more rest if you need to. Relaxation helps to remove the impurities. Much love. See you soon.